In Virelia, a citadel pulsing with the rhythm of advanced technology, where neon lights pierced the ever-twilight sky, lived a woman named Eris. To simply call her a woman, though, was a gross understatement. Eris was one of the rare quantum monarchs, beings able to bear the complex dimensions of the universe in their minds and manipulate the fabric of reality. A crown of woven photon strands graced her temples, each pulsating light a visual echo of the quantum states her mind held in balance. Beside her, facilitating her rule, was Corvus, a man gifted with intellect rivaling Eris's power. Virelian society, structured around quantum principles, ran flawlessly under Eris's command. Quantum energy was harnessed, matter manipulated, life and death refined to precise probabilities. Uncertainty and chaos, the essence of quantum theory, had been effectively managed and mastered. Eris's role was pivotal, her mental harmony crucial in anchoring the world's rapidly shifting quantum states. One day, as Eris mediated between particle waves in her pulsating quantum chamber, she sensed a rupture, a microscopic tremor on a quantum level. It was brief, like a particle out of sync, but for Eris, it was a seismic wave announcing an earthquake. She probed deeper, sifting through the fabric of reality till she encountered it again, a ripple of disruption, then again. Countless pockets of instability bubbling under the veneer of a stable reality. The quantum realm was behaving aberrantly. Corvus, she beckoned, exiting the chamber, her usually vibrant eyes tempered with concern. As trusted as her quantum chamber, Corvus had shared her quantum journey from its outset. His unassuming appearance, with sharp eyes and graying temples, belied his formidable mind, able to comprehend and aid Eris's reality weaving. Eris? Corvus detected the disbalance at once, in the room, in her, in the world. Although he could not sense quantum tremors like Eris, he saw the subtle disturbances. The once stable hoverlights flickered. The walls, usually vibrant with ever-changing quantum graffiti, hesitated on a single jumbled image. A metallic, resonating hum permeated the air, the first echoes of chaos, threatening to unspool their carefully threaded reality. The quantum realm is fluctuating. Eris's voice was a slender thread of sound against the hum. The reality we've woven is starting to unravel. Days crawled into weeks. The entire city of Virelia lived on a knife's edge as Eris wrestled with the unknown quantum anomaly, while everyday life started to unravel. Buildings stuttered between matter and waves, people seemed to phase out of existence, only to reappear disoriented, and time moved inconsistently. Corvus assisted Eris, offering his analytical mind and emotional strength, anchoring her as she plunged time and again into the quantum depths. But despite Eris's desperate attempts to stabilize it, the uncertainty grew, shaking the very foundation of their existence. In the horizon loomed rumors about the chaos spectrum. It was an ancient entity invoked in children's stories, a mythical antithesis to a quantum monarch's ability. It didn't weave reality, but disassembled it, didn't bring order, but fed and thrived on disorder. It was a tale and feared whisper, now rearing as a possible terrible reality. Eris and Corvus both knew the further instability could mean the collapse of their world, as they knew it. And thus, they decided to set out beyond their known boundaries. They prepared to find the chaos spectrum, hoping to disarm its destructive effect. It was a decision forged in the hearth of urgency, and it marked the first steps towards the heart of chaos itself. As Eris and Corvus embarked on their quantum journey, their world held its breath, and people cast their eyes towards the indigo sky, praying for their quantum monarch's success. Using a quantum compass, a device syncing with Eris's quantum essence, they traced the ripples of the anomaly towards the outskirts of Virelia. Reality contorted the further they ventured, the certainty of existence dissolving into quantum static. They were stepping into what Corvus had once theoreticalized as improbable reality, a disarray of disruptive matter, energy, and time. And then, from the middle of the improbable reality, they discovered the heart of the chaos. The ancient, foreboding chaos spectrum. It was occupied in a grove of trees, or rather, what used to be trees. In their place now danced cascades of energy, a myriad of colors phasing into existence and dissipating just as quickly. Space seemed to warp towards it, distorted timelines wound around it like vines. Here was chaos personified, a pulsating force of entropy, both awe-inspiring and terrifying. As Eris and Corvus approached, they felt a palpable shift. the spectrum reacting to Eris's quantum presence. It convulsed like a living entity, and then seemed to pull towards Eris. Sensing an assault, Eris steeled herself, creating a shield of stable quantum particles around them. The spectrum crashed against Eris's shield, causing reality around them to ripple in chaotic waves. Seeing the spectrum's power firsthand, it seemed that restoring balance would require more than just nullification. The spectrum didn't merely break order, it was the symbol of chaos and change, the other side of existence that Eris and her society had long feared and suppressed. While Eris and the spectrum enacted their cosmic dance, Corvus held the quantum compass, navigating the space-time disruptions around them. His eyes glowed in unusual hues, hours of analytical training compiled to face this very disruptor of reality. The device was going haywire, its energy needle spinning erratically, its quantum pulse fluctuating. It was in harmony with Eris, one moment steadfast and purposeful, the next sporadic and uncertain. Suddenly, a rogue quantum gust threw him off balance. His focus faltered, and in that instant, the shield flickered. It was enough for the spectrum to intrude, sweeping towards Eris with a tidal force of disorder. But instead of annihilating her, the spectrum stirred, reacting, merging with her quantum essence. The trees in the grove flickered back into their usual form, becoming quantum static again just as rapidly. Reality shifted like the landscape of a dream, yet never lost its essence. Then, with a surge of energy that sent Corvus tumbling, everything stilled. Trees, spectrum, Eris. She stood amidst the grove, her photon crown dancing with new, erratic pulses. Gradually the chaos receded. The spectrum hadn't been defeated or disarmed. Instead, it had integrated itself with Eris, entwining chaos and order. Eris had found the anomaly, the chaos spectrum. But instead of eliminating it as they'd planned, she had absorbed it, becoming a simultaneous embodiment of stability and disorder. Elated and terrified at once, Corvus helped Eris to move away from the grove as the world echoed in silence, waiting for the repercussions of their quantum monarch's transformation. They returned to the city looking like survivors of a great cosmic battle. Eris was radiant, her crown flickering with unorthodox rhythms, pulsating with chaotic magnificence. Surrounding her seemed an aura of controlled disorder, an oxymoronic charisma that echoed the merging of the two spheres of existence. The quantum monarch had changed, holding vastly unfamiliar powers within her. Virelia braced for the unknown. As Eris' magnetic footsteps echoed under the indigo sky, reality rippled around her. It wasn't as disruptive as before. Instead, it was a peculiar dance of structure and spontaneity. The photon lights chased her steps, the quantum murals portrayed her evolution, and the humming air wavered at a strange symphony, as if Virelia itself was morphing in response to its monarch's transformation. Corvus, on the other hand, appeared like a man cast against the tides of unfathomable seas. His incisive eyes flickered between every quantum anomaly, and Eris tirelessly, attempting to comprehend the size of the transformation and the impact on the city's pulse. Eris's, now a conduit between the order and chaos, set about her duties like a butterfly testing its wings. The ordered precision of reality modulation was now streaked with spontaneous bursts of chaos, making each modulation a new adventure. Her efforts weren't in sync with her old harmonic abilities. It was like reading an old book under a new light, every page revealing cryptic details previously overlooked. Matter seemed to laugh at its confines. Live and non-live traded essence at their whim, and time became a playful child. For the regular Virelian, life phased. 1 second, you're brewing dawn nectar. The next second, the kettle's a flower pot with nectar buds. It was surprising, confusing, and awe-inspiring all at once. But beneath the bewildering fabric, there ran a thorough line of familiarity. It was still their city, morphing its existence, yet never losing its essence. Eris, in the meantime, grappled with her new powers, feeding on the newly realized quantum fiefdom her mind was. She could now weave realities and create ripples of chaos simultaneously. It felt as though she had received a second pair of eyes and was learning to coordinate them to observe the cohesive reality. Yet, beneath her struggles was a blossoming understanding of the duality that defined her, an essential truth that was as enlightening as it was fracturing. As a witness to Virelia's transformation, Corvus stood at the helm of an entirely new reality, distinct yet fragmented, certain yet spontaneous. From scribbles on ancient dust-ridden scrolls, Chaos Spectrum had become a reality that Virelia now resided. As Eris juggled her duality, Corvus dived headfirst into analyzing the phenomenon and helping Virelia to adjust to its new quantum weave. The trusted helper was now steering his friend and monarch. A city, no, a reality through an ocean of unpredictabilities. But the greatest storm was yet to come. The storm of enlightened evolution and unforeseen deceit. They were riding toward an event horizon of the greatest paradigm shift Virelia has ever experienced. Eris found herself in her thinking chamber, the space once her sanctuary of order, now pulsating with a patina of chaos. In this blended reality, her mind was the bridge between the realms of order and disorder. It was the realm where the photon strands of her crown danced in rhythm with her thoughts, and before her eyes, reality flexed between the tangible and ethereal. She remembered the moment when she had tamed the raw energy of the quantum spectrum. It had surges of unfathomable power that could tear the threads of reality asunder. Yet, as she discovered, it also contained an untouched essence, one that yearned for harmony just as fervently. Chaos did not wish to strike discordance but contribute to the symphony she conducted. With every reality she now orchestrated, there was a newfound acceptance of the unpredictable, a precarious balance holding the fabric of Virelia together. Beneath the roof of her contemplating chamber, she was wavering, her quantum aura flaring in the rhythm of her emotions. She brought her hand forward, summoned her will, and with the focus of her thoughts, tried to weave a projection of her city, her Virelia. A bluish grid shimmered into existence, lighting up the chamber with its brilliance. It was an architectural manifestation of every city block, every building, every biostreet, and each nectar bar her city was proud of. But just as the last detail was taking form, a quantum gust blew through her thoughts. The grid quivered like a mirage, flickered and transmuted unexpectedly into a vast, undulating sea glowing under Virelia's indigo sky. Eris stood on the brink of an apparition sea, her city's unheard rhythm, its underlying chaos given form. For a moment she simply looked on. She saw the waves rise and fall in the dance of chaos and order, two dancers trading long solos and intricate duets in an enchanting ballet. It baffled her, confused her, yet strangely excited her. The realization was like the first drop of rain. It unsettles the calm surface but brings life with it. She was settling into her duality, seeing her city in a light she hadn't perceived before, a city echoing its monarch's transformation. Outside her chamber, with reality reflecting Eris's newly discovered chaotic charm, Corvus toiled. To him, the world was decoding itself in an elaborate cipher. The buildings were equations balanced on the precipice of disruption, the humming biostreets a symphony of statistical anomalies. The city was a playful riddle, changing its question with every attempted answer. As he attempted to comprehend the evolving reality under the authority of Quantum Monarch's dichotomy, he knew Eris was coming to terms with her own paradox. A future etched in unforeseen variables lay ahead. A world weaving its existence in the loom of order and chaos, ready to face a poignant revelation, a betrayal that might tilt the balance of the newfound harmony that Eris was only beginning to explore. The calm was lifting, and the storm was ready to bear down on Virelia. Days turned into echoes of a forgotten simplicity, and a new existence was being redrafted in the annals of Virelia. In the heart of this transformation was Eris, walking with enhanced purpose. Her crown pulsed with a vivacious energy, a testament to the symbiotic chaos coiled within her psyche. She had become a pioneer of a reality that was a paradox in itself, a messenger delivering the tumultuous harmony of chaos and order. One evening, beneath Virelia's indigo sky pulsating with refracting quantum murals, Eris sought Corvus, her cognitive equal, her only confidant in a world whirling with change. She found him amidst his analytical instruments, his face etched with an intensity that scarcely wavered. "I've called forth a council meeting, Corvus," she said, her voice undulating like the reality around her. "Virelia needs to understand our coexistence with chaos and order." Corvus stood silently, his eyes shadowed under the quantum light. A moment passed, then another. Then, in a voice seeping out like a scarcely remembered tune, he spoke. "Our society isn't ready for chaotic influences, Eris. They're only scarcely adjusting." For Eris, the denial struck a dissonant chord. Here was Corvus, a man who had stood by her through the chaotic turn of events, now retreating. But I've embraced it, Corvus, and Virelia can too. They need to understand the virtues of acceptance, the beauty in chaos. It's dangerous, Corvus persistently countered, his voice trembling with a sudden revelation. Chaos can't reign in a society bred on order. The air was heavy with tension. Yet, amidst the heated conversation, Eris noticed a chilling anomaly. Her quantum scepter, a handheld device that responded exclusively to her mental commands, lay tampered and subtly reconfigured. A sense of realization washed over her. You disfigured the chaos spectrum's reality, didn't you, Corvus? Eris's voice was barely a whisper, her words piercing through the room like icy daggers. The silence that ensued screamed the truth of the betrayal. Corvus, the subtle manipulator of truth, the puppeteer behind the curtains. His visage melted away, revealing a desperate thirst for control, manifested through deceit. With newfound resolution, Eris rose to the unfolding treachery. In a swift motion that resounded across the room, she pointed her scepter towards Corvus, her mind flooded with images of disintegration. Corvus, caught in the beam between chaos and order, disintegrated, his entirety reduced to a mere quantum echo. The treacherous obstacle had been obliterated, and with it, Eris accepted her chaotic duality with finality. Her crown sparkled under the dome of the twilight sky, the city of Virelia mirroring the same harmony. She stood alone and infinite, dwelling on the precipice of a reality that intertwined chaos and order. Virelia was reborn, cradling the ethereal dance of chaos with its structured elegance, a testament of Eris's triumphant evolution.